Archery season quickly rolled into the Wisconsin gun opener at the end of November, and I was on my way to the property in Calumet County for the full 9 days. While we saw quite a few bucks bow hunting, some nice mature bucks, it wasn't the same gun hunting. It seems like every year during the rifle season we don't see the same bucks that we saw during the bow season, and once again that held true. Between the three of us hunting those 9 days, we saw one buck. It was a nice 7-pointer that we had seen a few times throughout the season. He's probably 2.5 years old, so hopefully next year he'll be back there again and we can get another shot at him. We saw quite a few does and fawns, so there was action, but just not the bucks. Once the rifle season ended, it was back to Minnesota, back home, and back in the woods with the bow. Some late season archery hunting here in Minnesota. I had a nice mature buck on the camera from the middle of November. He was named Surprise because it was definitely a surprise when he was on camera. Once again, December 7th, he was on the camera again. But that was the last time I never did see him in the flesh. Property that I was hunting was in this area here. All of these crop fields were cut and or plowed up, so there wasn't a whole lot of food in the area, which made it a little harder to pattern the deer. Mostly the deer were bedding in the woods in this area, and in the evening they'd make their way out of the woods either in this direction heading out to these fields or coming down this edge to make their way out to these fields. So my plan consisted of a couple of stands, one in this spot where the deer were coming out of the woods, but it really made it difficult to hunt in that spot because once the deer got to there, they could detect me pretty easily, and I never could really get a good shot scenario there and have the right wind all come together. The stand that I used most of the time was down on this corner, and it worked really well in a north wind coming from this way, north being at the top. Any type of north wind worked really well. I could park my truck up here on the corner and enter into that stand out around the boundary and not be detected by the deer that were in here. As they came out, they would come down the edge of this field, hopefully, and then make their way along that fence row. Occasionally the deer would still come out this way and head out into these fields. Ideally I will get another stand set up in this fence row and have maybe a better food source in this area. That would be ideal, having the deer come out and pass through this area, giving me an easy entrance and exit. One of the problems I encountered with having the stand down in this corner was the end of the night exit. Another nice buck that I got on camera, I named Jesse the Body. He showed up a few times in the late season, but just never when I was on stand. So hopefully those few bucks make it through till next year. There's always the hope of seeing them again. I did get a number of other bucks on camera, and I did have quite a bit of action. the late season bow hunting here in Minnesota. That wraps up Minnesotan Woods and Waters for the 2013 season. I look forward to the 2014 season. New ideas, new videos, so stick around and see what happens. Thanks.